burrow. Okay. I'm not even going to try to explain the difference in those. I can't. How many angels, number 7, how many angels spoke to the shepherds? Down in Luke chapter 2. How many angels spoke to the shepherds? If you know the answer, raise your hand. Mike? 1. So that would be A. Okay. Anybody else got an idea? How many angels spoke to them? A? Is it 1? Did you already read it? Read it to us. Luke chapter 2, verse 10.
But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people."
Okay. We'll give letter A honorable mention, because there's only one that spoke directly to the shepherds. A semi-trick question, because verses 13 and 14 record what the angel company said as they praised God together. However, only one angel spoke directly to the shepherds. Right? Remember what they were saying? Glory to God in the highest and peace on earth for men whom his favor rests. Number 8. What did the angels say or sing? Oh, I guess. Would somebody like to guess A? Yes. Luke 2:14. I just quoted to you. Okay. Number 9. You can read on forward. Number 9. What is a heavenly host? You may know the answer. Okay, so B. B says the angel who serves refreshments in heaven. Anybody else got an idea? Okay, who said C? C? E? Is it Ed? Anybody have a D out there? D. All right. D wins. And could you tell me why D is correct? What? Can you tell me why you gave that answer?
Well, I thought about when the prophet told his servant, who was so nervous about the enemy coming against him, and God opened his eyes and he
Yes. Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
Angel army just
Yeah.
be right in line.
Yes, and it's right. Angel army. That's it. The word means army. That's another one of those translation things that we get from going from Greek to English. But the word means army, and so you're right. You said hit it right on the nose. Angel army. The word means army, literally thousands. Now, since there was a multitude of the heavenly army host, there could have easily been 10,000 to 100,000 angels there that night. No wonder the shepherds were sore afraid. I missed this one when I took the quiz because I thought the word host referred to a large multitude, but D is correct, an army of angels. Number 10. There was snow that first Christmas. Somebody want to guess A, B, C, or D? Which one? C, nowhere in Israel. Any D's? Yes. Very wise of you to ask. So, another trick question. There is always snow on Mount Hermon in Israel. I thought this was a question. Good question. So yeah, it didn't snow around probably where they were at, but there's always snow in Israel on Mount Hermon. My reference here says there's always snow on the top of that mountain. That's true. That's true. Do you know when theologians suppose that probably that this birth happened? What month of the year?
April.
September, October is what they think. There's a lot of different ideas about it, but based on some things that were going on seasonally. But, okay. All right. Number 11. What is frankincense? Who said it? RG, what is it? D? Okay. None of the above. Okay. Anybody else? C. Fresh perfume. Any other P's raised out there? C. Okay. It is C. Frankincense is used in the temple worship of the Lord. It represents his deity because he is truly God born in human flesh. And so that's the symbolism of frankincense. Number 12, in Matthew, what does wise men or magi refer to? I think they give this away too. Everybody get that one? See. What? Tell me the word that literally means. If you translate it into a word that we can understand, what does magi really mean? I said astronomers a while ago, but what's the other term? Stargazers. Stargazers. They were known as stargazers back then. And so, although there's no biblical record of exactly who they were at their point of origin, they may have been descendants of the wise men of Babylon, men such as Daniel, other men who studied the stars in that time. Anyway, A or D would work also. They were professors and philosophers of the day. They were trained in history, religion, prophecy, and astronomy. They were also, astronomy, okay. Verse 13, or number 13. What is myrrh? Okay. I'm hearing everything. Okay, how many of you say A? Middle Eastern money. One. How many say B, a drink? Myrrh. Two of you. C, an easily shaped metal. Some of you? I heard a while ago. D, a spice used for burying people. Or E, none of the above. D? D is correct. Here is a little known fact, new to me today. Herod was buried with over 150 pounds of myrrh wrapped in his burial clothing. Myrrh was used in embalming in those days. John 19:39 tells us that Jesus' body was bound in linen wrappings along with 75 pounds of myrrh and aloes. The gift of myrrh pictures his suffering and death. So, it is D.
I know, but what is it? I know it's one of the ones listed.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is, it's an embalming spice, a topical ointment type thing. Yeah, put it on the body. No, D said, Nancy says a spice used for burial. Okay. No, I'm sorry, D. D's in Denver. Number 14. How many wise men came to see Jesus? Everybody knows this. Okay, A, 3. How many A's are there out there? Okay. B, 6. How many 6s out there? Anybody think there was 9? Anybody think there was just 1? 3 wise men, right? No? Very good. We don't know. They were magi, not wise men, but the Bible doesn't give a number. Many people assume there were 3 because there were 3 different gifts. However, in ancient times, men usually traveled in caravans of 10 to 12 along with full entourage for protection. So we don't know how many there were. And you remember, we did learn stuff. Some of you have already told me, so I learned something Sunday in the program. How long were they traveling together following the star? The stargazers. For 2 years. And of course, somebody was spent some time with me then and said, pardon me?
If it took him 2 years, how would he the baby?
See, that's the problem. He's only a baby in your manger scene with the wise men. The shepherds came that night. He was a baby lying in a manger in swaddling clothes. But if you read the story, Magi saw the star and they followed the star for a long time. He was a toddler living in a house whenever the wise men found him. Oh, I just did. Sorry, folks. Okay, we're to number 15.
I say Eve.
Where did the wise men find Jesus? Found in Matthew 2 and 11. Okay. What do you think the answer is? Eve in a house. Knew that one. Okay. Glad my wife is not in here for this. Yes. Right. Good point. When Herod sent the one that, Herod said, once you find him, let me know, because I want to worship him myself. We know what Herod really wanted to do, didn't we? He wanted to kill anything else called a king. And so many, we think about our sacrifice sometimes, the sacrifice that people have today serving Jesus. Think of the babies that were martyred across the countryside because Herod sent out the troops into the land houses to kill every male child under 2 years of age, trying to kill the coming king. That is bad. Unbelievable. Okay, number 16. When the wise men found Jesus, he was It is B. Remember Matthew 2:11? When the shepherds found Jesus, Luke 2, he was a babe in a manger. And the Greek word used in Luke 2 was newborn baby. However, by the time the Magi appeared, Jesus had been moved from the manger to the house, verse 11. And the Greek word used in Matthew is for toddler or young child. He was probably somewhere between 12 and 24 months old. So anyway, that's that one. Number 17. The star in the east that the wise men followed, Matthew 2 and 9. You may want to guess about that one. A, stayed in the same place the entire journey. B, disappeared and reappeared. C, moved ahead of them and stopped over the place where Jesus was. D, was just a mirage. E, none of the above. C, okay. Any other C's? What did you say?
Maybe she's not thinking about that.
B? Okay. If it gives you any, if it makes you feel better, my answer, she says, most people miss this question. I don't know how many of you are passing right now. Okay, B has it. Any other C's? How many C's out there? It's a what? Story. All right. She said by what we did Sunday, it would be C. The answer is C. Okay? Read Matthew 2:9. Who's got that? Matthew 2, verse 9, Michael. Matthew 2 and 9. Yeah, you're getting close. Got it? Did you read it, Kill?
After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the stars they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was.
Okay, pretty clear, isn't it? So it rose and went ahead of them and stopped over the place where the child was. The star did not stay stationary over the manger or the house. The verse makes it clear the star moved in front of the Magi and guided them till it stood over where the young child was. And some people would miss it with B and star. And you would get a D because of what? Oh, was this a mirage?
No.
Is that what you chose? Okay.
I was thinking about the rotation of the planets.
Oh. Isn't it amazing God to keep all that together? We think we got a little bit of world, you know, can't keep our household organized. You organize the whole solar system. Okay. What number am I on? 18. The wise men stopped in Jerusalem. A, to inform Herod about Jesus. B, to find out where Jesus was. C, to ask about the star. D, to buy presents, or E, none of the above. Okay, someone says D, someone says B. A. Okay. So what's your answer? How many say A? How many say B? Okay. C? Okay. Most of us said B. The answer is B. In Matthew 2:2. Somebody want to read that to me? Second verse of chapter 2.
Where is the one that has been born king of the Jews?
He saw the star when it rose, come to worship him.
Okay? All right. They assumed Herod would know, so they stopped and asked those kind of questions. It is fascinating that although the scribes knew exactly where the Messiah would be born, according to Micah 5 and 2, they were not interested enough to travel the 4 or 5 miles to Bethlehem to see for themselves. And so, 19. Where do we find the Christmas story? How many of the Gospels carry that? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all the above, or only A and B? There's more choices. Yeah, there's 2 more choices on the back. Might want to look at those. A lot of choices, huh? It is G, A, and C. You notice tonight that's where we've been reading, Luke and Matthew. That's where it's recorded. Okay? Isn't it amazing how God divinely inspired these 2 gospel writers to write his exact words? But he used their interests, their professions, to recall different aspects of Jesus' birth. Matthew, a tax collector, records the genealogy of Jesus, used for taxation, and the Magi, men of means from a foreign country. Luke, a physician, records pregnancy and birth. Isn't that powerful? You see why your unique gifting, there's certain things that will stick out to you that don't stick out to other people. Your unique gifting and calling because of your interest, because of your profession, because of what you know or you don't know. So Matthew was more of an accountant type, a tax collector type. The physician, he records all about the pregnancy and the birth. So very interesting, huh? Okay, number 20. When Joseph found out Mary was pregnant, what happened? Number 8. Let me read. They got married. B. Joseph wanted to break the engagement. C. Mary left town for 3 months. D. A and B both. Or E. B and C both.
B.
How many How many A's? They got married. A few of you, okay? How many B's? One to break the engagement. Got some B's in the house. How many C's? Mary left town for 3 months. Several C's. D's, A and B both? None of them. Or E, B and C, both. Okay. We have 3 winners. The correct answer is E. Joseph wants to put her away secretly, and Mary left town to see her cousin. It's recorded in Matthew 1:19 and Luke 1:39 and 56. The phrasing is ambiguous. This question is really asking what happened first, because A, B, and C all happened eventually. But what happened immediately? D would be correct if you reverse the order, but the probable order is C, B, and A. So, but the correct answer, the way this question is written, is E. Both B and C happen immediately. Joseph wanted to break the engagement. Let's just talk about it for a minute. Joseph wanted to break the engagement, but why did he not? What's that?
Because of his faithfulness to God.
And what else? Something else happened, a big thing. An angel appeared and told him, Mary, don't put her away. Don't be ashamed of her, because what's conceived in her is not of man, it's of the Holy Spirit. Right? So an angel, lots of angels in the story that he sent to speak to us. And he was a God-fearing man too. He didn't want to, and because since God spoke, he obeyed it. Number 21. Who told or made Mary and Joseph go to Bethlehem? Found in Luke 2:1 through 5. A, here's the possible answers: the angel chorus. B, Mary's mother. C, Herod. D, the shepherds. Or E, Caesar Augustus. Did you say mine? Huh? G. Okay. E, someone says E. Anybody else think it was E? A? Any other E's in the house? C? D? Okay, E is correct. E, there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus. That's what that starts out with. Everyone into his own city. The tricky question, because Caesar Augustus never met Mary and Joseph, and most certainly never ever heard of them. So he made them return to Bethlehem only in the sense that he gave the order for the census. So that's interesting. Amen. Anybody, as we went through this tonight, anybody have any questions about the Bible story or something that we might be able to find or run down? Any questions about the Christmas story?
What are the major things about Caesar and Jesus?
Pardon me?
What are the major things in the comparison about Jesus and Caesar?
Okay.
5 times as much written history about Jesus.
About Caesar. 5 times as much history written about Jesus as there is Caesar. So that's very interesting. Well, very good. Okay, good question. Let's get the microphone. Let's people ask some questions. He had a great question, and this is something that I had when I was years ago. A question he said, if they perceive that the birth time of Jesus was around October, November, or September, October, how did we end up settling on December 25 for Christmas Day? So, some of you want to answer that for me. Both of you do, apparently. They're like stereo.
We study together. There's a whole bunch of different gods that celebrated at that time. And they had like maybe 15 different gods that celebrated about the 25th. And somehow they decided that it would be easier, and I believe they did this when they messed up everything else in the Church of, in the Nicene Creed. They messed it up because it was probably never December, because the shepherds weren't out in December. That's probably the biggest thing that it wasn't. But it's probably sometime in September or October.
For the actual birthday. So what is important then? Is the actual day he was born important, or the celebration of it? Celebration of it. And so there isn't enough historical records to put a date down. And you're right, there was some common things already celebrated, and so since there was celebrations of kings and other things there, that date was just picked out as like, okay, let's celebrate on that date, because we don't know the date really. But it was something that was, I guess, probably at the time of it, just an easy transition. And since when you don't know, and plus, if they wouldn't have picked December for us, Bing Crosby would not have made all that money.
Jim Mack is laughing back there. Jim Mack is really laughing back there.
I'm telling you. I mean, if you couldn't dream of a white Christmas, what else would you dream of? No, anyway, I don't know, that's just my way my mind works. What's that? Yeah, no, I don't know. There's a lot of them. As somebody else, you got a question about Christmas, Pam?
Some people consider it a pagan holiday.
Okay, that's a different question I thought was coming, but let me answer that this way. Why are there pagans? I mean, the question was, why do some people believe Christmas is a pagan holiday? You know, some of the biggest criticisms of religious holidays are religious people. We need to be careful. The world loves Christmas. The world loves to celebrate anything. Just have a party. But we can find ways to criticize. We can say, oh, it's over advertised, it's too materialized. I'm glad that Christmas is one of the biggest things, because it gives us all kinds of opportunity to tell the story, doesn't it? And I don't even know how many times I've told the story this year. But it's amazing like that. But I think it is. Have you ever known anybody that just criticizes everything almost, or looks for something bad in it? And I promise you, if there's something good in something, if you find something good, there'll be some bad in it too. Not because God put it there, because the enemy will make sure that there's some bad in it. Right? You know, he comes along, he tries to tear apart what is good. And so we can bet there's going to be some bad. But you know what? If you won't deal in that, you'll deal with the good of it. It's amazing. Let me ask you, I heard this morning on the morning show or something, or I get the names all mixed up. But where does the tradition of lights come from? Lighting the lights, the candles. This is a good one. Yes. Huh? Who? What prince? Okay. Well, let me tell you what it's all about. I mean, you're right. But we are the light of the world. And so as soon as we started advertising what this seed was about, it wasn't necessarily about the tree, although there's a lot of symbolism about a Christmas tree also when you get to thinking about what our forefathers wanted to celebrate. But light is, let there be light, and we are the light of the world. So we've all started celebrating with whatever would glow. Okay? And which question we answer? Any of them? Okay. The only problem is, Deb, without my glasses on, I can't read that small. Let me turn sideways. No? Roman festival of, tell me that, I can't read that.
Saturnalia.
Saturnalia?
Saturnalia took place between December 17th and
The Roman festival of Saturnalia took place between December 17th and the 23rd and honored the Roman god Saturn, which means birthday of the unconquered sun, and was held on December 25th when the Romans thought the winter solstice took place, and was the birthday of the pagan sun god Mithra. In the pagan religion of something else I can't pronounce, the holy day was Sunday, and that's where we got the word from. Early Christians might have given this festival a new meaning to celebrate the birth of the Son of God, the unconquered Son. In the Bible, a prophecy about the Jewish Savior who Christians believe is Jesus is called the Son of Righteousness. And the Jewish festival of lights, Hanukkah, starts on the 25th of another month I can't pronounce, that occurs about the same time as December. So a lot of times I think those festivals were celebrated kind of to hide the fact that when the early Christians were persecuted, they would celebrate something else and celebrate Christmas so that they wouldn't die.
Amen. Amen. Very good. It's talking about how they would merge it with something that was already kind of known of, so it wouldn't stick out immediately that they were celebrating Christmas, so they wouldn't be killed, which is pretty important. I was talking to somebody just recently, and do you all know that the tradition of the fish, the Jewish fish? Do you know something very important about it? How it became to be popular? You know what I'm talking about. It looks like a fish. It has a tail that crosses, and we call it the Jesus fish, for the Jewish fish. Is everybody with me? Somebody's probably wearing one as a necklace right now. Dan's making crosses that have those on. Yeah. Do you know why it became so popular in circles of persecution? Brother Paul?
If you mention
That you were a Christian, they would come after you. But if you had the sign of the fish, people knew that you were a Christian.
And where did they most often have the sign of the fish?
At the meeting place,
It was also a very familiar greeting when you greet. Time your other hand. That a person, while you were greeting, would make the sign of the fish in the palm of their friend's hand. It wasn't commonly worn because you didn't want to wear something that would point you out as a Christian either. But they did recognize that as that sign, and so an easy little swipe they would make in the palm of each other's hands. And it's still practiced today in underground churches and places like that where they're persecuted for their faith. So, yeah. But then, yeah, they could draw it on something. If they were going to advertise a meeting or something like that, they might put it in sand, as Dan is saying, or something like that, so it's easy recognizable.
That's where the persecution that went on. Often one would draw one half of the fish and the other one would complete it. For them to
I
know.
forgot about that. That's exactly right. When they would do that, so they would know if they just did that, because they were questioning whether that person was a Christian or not sometimes, and so the other person would complete it at the fish, so they'd know if they knew what was going on. Yeah, very good. You got a picture? Yeah. He's got one right there. Here's on his keychain. Any question? I don't know if you can see that everywhere, but you have one on your wall? Yeah, Michael's got a big one right there on his Bible. All right. Well, this is fun. Any other questions about Christmas or the Bible story? In a minute, some of you probably would like some prayer and want to ask Pastor Jimmy to come back, and we'll play a little bit. And I want to pray with you, especially about things of the holiday season. Sometimes holidays bring back areas in our lives and bring back to remembrance of a better place, maybe, or somebody that we really miss a lot. And I just want to pray with you and believe that God would, even this year, begin to show you some new things that we can enjoy right here. Not just worried about what's gone or what's not here anymore, but something new that, again, thinking about our new year and even think about ways to enjoy each other's company as we get together and think about the good stuff. And also maybe think about the challenging factors of going and changing and becoming. Because God loves you too much to let you stand still. Everything that's alive is always growing, and my prayer is that we continue this year, not just numerically in the congregation. That means more souls. Numbers are people, but also that we keep growing and putting down deeper roots, so that when the storms come, we're not destroyed, we're not knocked over, we're not trampled on, that kind of thing. But somebody else, question? You pointing at somebody, or you have a question? Okay.
It's more of a comment
Okay.
that
When we know people, a lot of people come to church twice a year. And they just came at Christmas. And I would believe that most of the people that came know someone in this church or have been here before. So if we know somebody that doesn't normally come, that we saw Sunday, we need to encourage them to come, because Jesus works the other 50 weeks also. It's not just the one Sunday a year, to encourage people, because we're the Bible that people see. We're the Christ that people see.
Paul, I'm glad you brought that up. It's easy enough to say encourage people, but it's very telling to find out what encourages you. What encourages you to be a part? More people change churches because somebody is there that they know and like than for any other reason on the planet. People would endure all kinds of stuff if their friends are there. That's why we all get in trouble together. It is, isn't it? And so, what is it that would reach out to them? I know my story. Do you have a story? I didn't have a daddy and mama that some of you say, well, I was here from the cradle on. I don't have that testimony. Mama loved me. My testimony is in love. But it's different. A Christian who believed in Christianity loved me. Friended me. Came into my life. Felt like I was good enough to hang out with. Really? 8 meals together. Went on outings. Picnics. Fishing trips. Baseball games. It was easy to go to church with him. Now, we all have only so much time. But I would hope that this year you would make a friend outside the church. That's going to be, it's not New Year's Day yet, or New Year's sermon yet, but go ahead, I'll give you a preamble. That you would be so determined this year to make a friend outside the status quo. Not just invite someone to church. How many places you go when a stranger invites you to do something? You may be polite, you say, I don't even know what they're talking about. Who is that? You ever walk away from somebody that, what in the world was that? Happens to me all the time, I'm sure. Why is he talking to me? I got that in Italy. It's like this. I started talking to people, they didn't turn away. They didn't smile either. But church, understand, we need friends. You'll be blessed to have another friend. But especially pick a friend who doesn't know Jesus. If you were a person that wagers, you would just bet they don't know Jesus. Ask to spend time with them. Design an outing. Go Go do something that you would never do by yourself. We're talking about bad things. We're talking about out of the ordinary. Pick up a hobby, brand new hobby with them that you've never done. I preached a sermon about my conversion. It was entitled Dead Calves, Broken Bones, and Lost Fishing Lures. And all of them fit into my story. One of the Christians that I was around, a preacher, he found out I like to go fishing. And so he came with a group of people to go fishing with the new guy. It wasn't a church like this. It was a good church. The new guys just didn't come in every week like they come in here. I was the new guy. We got to reach out to him. Somebody came and got saved. I was a focal point, apparently, an anomaly. Some new family came to church and he actually got saved. And he looks like he showed up 2 or 3 times. So we found out I like to fish. And so when the preacher goes out there, I'm a little bit observant. I know I miss a lot. But he shows up with a brand new fishing pole that he doesn't know how to use, and a brand new tackle box, shiny and new, right off the shelf, and new fishing lures, and he couldn't cast with a nickel. He kept breaking off, and I was piling on his lures for him. Had a great time. Brand new fishing hat, because he never had one of them before either, I'm sure. You know what? He knew what friendship was. I never forgot that. Good man. I went home, I said, honey, I cannot believe how hard the man is trying to be nice to me. He didn't know a fishing lure from a tackle box. He don't know a left-handed reel from a right-handed. He don't even know if he's supposed to be left-handed or right-handed fishing. But he's out here trying to fish with me because he knows I like to fish. You hear what I'm saying? Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Thinking back to that day, I said, and I've never saw him in a hat before. You know, when you go fishing, you don't put a hat on. So I said, hey, nice hat. I don't know what else to say. I actually looked totally out of place with this. It was the only one I had. Yeah, it's brand new too. Only one. They put it on for me. You know, I'm so thankful for my salvation. It came by the Spirit of God, but it came through the hands of men, the sacrifice of people. Well, why don't you stand up? That's something you want to pray for. Maybe you want to pray for the new friend you're going to make. You'll have to wait till 2016.